Welcome to Awaken Health Pod. Today we're going to talk about cravings and what they mean for our health. And I think this is a really cool topic because we're always asked as health coaches, what do my cravings mean? Or I'm craving cheese, or I'm craving this. And so I think it's safe to say that we all have cravings. So whether it's fats, proteins, carbs, sugar, just the processed foods, it all means something. And, if you really think about food cravings, come from the area of the brain that creates our memory, the pleasure and the reward. And it can also lead into serotonin and leptin. So if you have a deficiency, I know you know that serotonin is processed in the gut, and we're big components of like making sure our clients have healthy gut bacteria and just really balanced for overall better health and energy and happiness. And so 85% of serotonin is created in the gut. So that's where it's produced from. So if you have a serotonin deficiency, you're going to go into more anxious, stress, poor sleep, and stuff like that. So it's really important to feed the body really good, nourishing foods so we can feel better and just be more alive throughout our day. And so the cravings come in and disrupt the gut if you're eating the processed and the high sugar foods and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so it's really important to keep it balanced and never eat the same thing over and over and over and over again, which I tell my clients that all the time. And, if you're someone that's not getting that connection with your brain and body of, okay, well, I just ate, but I'm still hungry, there's a processing that's missing, that link of connection with the body. And so that would be more leptin resistance. So it's really important to understand the differences of what serotonin does for the body, how it makes you feel good. And then, all the endorphins that are released from the brain and all the chemicals. And so with having that gut and brain connection, it's really important to be really cautious about what you're eating and get the healthy foods. And then help try to get in there and eliminate the cravings for all that icky stuff, because the icky stuff weighs us down and, makes us feel, ooh. And then we get sluggish during the day. And so I thought it was just really fun to do this topic and to identify what our cravings are, what we're craving it for, and what they actually mean. So a lot of it can be imbalances with your minerals and all the nutrients that you're not getting from proper foods. And so I don't know if you want to add to that part.
Great that you mentioned serotonin, and I like to share with clients that your B vitamins are really important in increasing your serotonin naturally. And also, it's my belief from what I've studied in the past that when you increase your serotonin, naturally you increase your tryptophan and your melatonin. So tryptophan gives you that calming effect, and your melatonin helps with your sleep production. And so these are all really, really good neurotransmitters, and they're very important. And so you can focus on foods that are high in B vitamins to help naturally increase the serotonin levels. And like you mentioned, don't eat the same thing all the time. That's important too, because you do need that diversity. And just because, cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower are great vegetables to have, they can also, if you have an overproduction of a certain bacterias in the gut because of a lack of diversity, then that's where you can still have bloating and inflammation and gut related issues. The gut host tells us what to eat. And that's where the cravings are so powerful and impactful. So when people have goals such as weight loss, I really have a lot of compassion for how hard people try, because when they aren't mindful and aware of how the gut plays a role in that, because again, as everybody knows now, it's the second brain. It's your gut that's dictating what you should be eating. And so when you want to eat healthier, it's really hard if you have, those, poor, less ideal cravings, like you mentioned, sugar, sweets, carbs, caffeine. So a lot of the times there can be a insulin issue, resistance and imbalance, and then that can cause cravings. Even your estrogen and hormone levels can cause cravings. And so you mentioned some cravings that we have Sleep is important. If you're feeling tired, instead of grabbing more caffeine, try to schedule in some rest on the calendar, and make sure you're giving your body the rest and sleep, because when you're sleeping, you're healing, you're digesting. When you're digesting, you're getting your nutrients. When you're getting your nutrients, your pathways and your receptors are connecting, like you were talking about. So that's all important. And even excessive thirst is telling you something. It could be high estrogen, it could be, pre-diabetes. There's underlying issues, and your body is magnificent, and it does try to tell you something. For women, if they're close to their menstrual cycle, they may have increased thirst because usually their estrogen's climbing. So pay attention to those things, right? Drink a lot of water and be hydrated. Your nervous system's important, and the gut hormones bind and activate throughout the body. So that's where the cravings are so dominant, from hormones and gut bacteria, that just our regular willpower, it's really difficult to make those healthy choices. And so then you have to kind of alternate the gut bacteria to be able to deconstruct cravings and feel better, have more energy, and be more in control of your food.
Mm-hmm. Create new habits. So if you have a tendency to be on the go all the time and you're eating all the fast food and you're getting that quick, juicy burger that's, over and over and over, change it up. Rather than going to fast food, pack a salad. Or if you have to stop somewhere, get a salad, get some fresh food in there. Because when we eat the same things over and over and over and over, we're going to have a tendency to crave those certain things over and over and over. And a lot of that, the taste is still on the tongue. So we have a tendency to taste it all the time. And so that's why you're craving probably the same thing. So switch it up a little bit, change your routine. If you are getting those cravings, distract yourself, go for a walk, meditate, stretch, do something to get your mind off of it. Drink more water, as you said, add in some green tea or coconut water, because a lot of times when we're craving like salts, you're low on electrolytes. So if you can increase it with a little more coconuts or water if it's something on the go, but think about that in your schedule, but change it up and be creative. I think that's really important. Control your portions. If we have a tendency to sit there and eat more than what our body needs, you will more than likely end up with more cravings because you've now trained yourself to overeat, and our stomachs are only so big. And so if you're stretching that, now you need more food to fill it. So if you can cut back and get it go back down, now you're going to feel like you don't need as much. So just really take control over your portions and know what you're eating and why you're eating it, which is really important to chew as well. I said the water. So you can chew gum. Chewing gum, if you're craving and you just ate, you don't need any more food, chew some gum because it's going to mimic the fact that you're eating something. And I know this because I had an eating disorder where I just didn't want to eat. So I was constantly chewing gum because it mimics the whole fact that you're eating, and you're getting the juice from the gum, but your body really thinks that you're chewing and actually eating something. So you can do the gum if you just ate and there's no reason to go back for more,
And mindful eating too, like you mentioned, eating slowly and chewing, not having distractions when you're eating, paying attention to how you're feeling while you're eating. And then, we don't have to always eat as a sense of fuel. Use your primary foods, your relationships, your self-time, your spirituality, creativity, home cooking, meal prepping for another day. It doesn't have to be eat, to feel that need. If you have had enough, then maybe take a walk or read and just, try to come up with other versions of balance and self-care that don't necessarily require our secondary foods, which is actually the food that we consume.
Right. Protein and fat. Now, we can all have a tendency to crave the proteins and we can crave fats, but it's the quality of the protein and fat. So if you're getting good, clean protein and good quality, healthy fats, it will actually go in and help you feel fuller longer, and it will cut back on the cravings of, oh my gosh, I need chocolate, or oh my gosh, I need this. And so I think that's really cool to just be careful of what you're eating when it comes to protein and fats. When I say fats, I'm not saying greasy burgers and bacon, because those tendency to like crave more, but like your seeds, your nuts and stuff like that, the avocados for the healthy fat and good, clean, quality protein. I'm thinking more of a really clean plant-based protein shake that can kind of go in there and really fill you up and hold you over and use as a meal replacement. Or beans, there's things that you can do. So I thought it was really cool because I was looking up chocolates and candy and pastries, because we all do this, right? I've been stressed here in the past couple of weeks, huge program coming up and a new side job coming up, and so the kids are home and getting ready for school, and I'm like, I used to be a real big carb eater, and now I'm finding that nope, can't have that carb. It's like comfort food. But I've noticed here lately I've been grazing a little more. And so I was looking into carbs and sugar and salts, because you hear clients say, I really love cheese. Well, you probably need more, you're craving salt. So try some healthy fats to counteract the cheese, because it can make you bloated and, stuff like that. But I'm not knocking cheese at all, just minimize how much. I thought it was really cool to find that when we're craving chocolate, it's that feel good, just, eat it all day. You're actually probably needing more magnesium and chromium and vitamins, the B vitamins, as you said. So you can go with almonds or dark chocolate. I really like 70% dark chocolate and higher, so I grabbed the 80, 85. And I accidentally bought a 90 for a client, and I'm like, oh, it's really good. She tried it, and she called me. She's like, this 90% dark chocolate is nasty.
You have to get used to it. It takes a little while. You kind of need a transition to it, it seems like.
I must have grabbed her the wrong one, thinking it was 80, like I buy it. And she was like, that's just nasty. How do you eat that? And I'm like, go get the 80, 85. It's better. And she did, and she liked it much better. But it was funny. But I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And then like candies and pastries. I wrote all these down so I could share with you. Whole fruits. I'll go with peaches, cherries, melons, prunes, or raisins. So if you're craving candy and pastries, you're probably needing some more of those. Just replace them with the healthier versions. If you want to cut back on your cheeses, you can go with the nutritional yeast, because it is a B complex. So you're going to get more vitamins out of that than you would just a block of cheese. Carbs, as you mentioned before, the insulin resistance, you can get the fatigue, but you're probably deficient in chromium, and you probably need more fiber. So that's something to think about.
Definitely more fiber. We all need more fiber.
And do you know that people actually crave ice, clay, dirt, and chalk?
Yeah.
So mineral deficiency. I thought that was really interesting. So you probably need more dark leafy greens, legumes, nuts. So I thought that was really cool. And iron. So throw some more iron in there. I was talking to a client yesterday, and I said something about the podcast today, and we're going to do cravings. And I said something about, if you eat a lot of ice cubes and stuff like that, you're probably needing more iron. And he's like, oh my gosh, my daughter-in-law or my son's girlfriend, she eats ice cubes all the time. And I'm like, well,
for your teeth. It's so bad for your teeth.
But it's that cold, it's been hot here lately, so she probably likes that refreshing, and or to increase her iron intake a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, some of those fun hydrating waters or ice cubes, so it's not just water, but you're getting the lemon or the rosemary, and you're still getting your electrolytes out of lemon and sea salt and stuff like that. So
then there's the red meat. I know a lot of people crave red meat, which in time can cause inflammation, but also weakens your immune system. So you probably need more iron if you're craving that. So that's something to think about as well. I thought these were really cool. Coffee and tea, probably a deficiency in sulfur or iron. And you can do the leafy greens, kale, spinach, and cabbage for that. If you're really craving the fried foods, deficient in essential fatty acids, so eat more salmon, avocado, nuts, and butter. Olive oil is really good. I know I try to get my clients to go on that, and coconut oil or avocado oils. Coconut milk and coconut oil and flaxseed would be good for that. I thought that was really cool.
Source did you get that information from?
I've got it. I'll have to post it. It's really cool because it gave pictures and everything too.
Oh yeah. That
Even
sounds
this.
like a good one.
Yeah, I'll probably laminate the picture one because it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you
Um,
mentioned how your cravings stay with your tongue, long lasting, the flavors. And that's exactly right. And that's why tongue scraping is helpful, especially after dinner. A lot of people really like something sweet after dinner and they want to break that habit, but they're used to it. And so if you scrape your tongue, it's like $5. I used to give them away to clients as gifts. But that's really helpful in reducing your cravings and trying to make healthier conscious choices.
so I thought it was really cool. I can, when I find the link, I will share it on the post when we post the video. Um, I don't know, it's just really cool.
That's so awesome. Well, thank you for coming up with this topic. One last thing I want to add is, so again, if you are more prone to eating a lot of red meat, hopefully it's grass-fed. You mentioned it could be, deficient in some areas. It's also gut altering from those bacterias. And so something that I really like, because you also mentioned adding more fresh foods, that's on my list right now. With having the kids home on summer break, one of my habits is more fresh and less processed at each meal. And so I love the Bite Snap app because it's Fitness Pal's great for people who are counting and macros. I'm not one to do that. But I love the Bite Snap app because you can take pictures of your meals. And so you can just scroll through and you can see the brightness of them. You can see the freshness, how much fruits and vegetables, are you eating a lot of packaged foods? And so I love that. I think it's great as a reminder to have more fresh produce. And we had some really close friends visiting from Oregon recently. And so their kids, my kids, and the moms, we're on a 30-day veg pledge right now, and we're not just eating vegetables, although that would be great for 30 days. It's just great encouragement for the kids daily to make sure they're implementing their vegetables. And my 8-year-old daughter has been doing so well. She'll go to a friend's house or she'll go to work with dad, and I call her, hey, how's your day? Oh, it's good. I had veg pledge, so I added cucumber, or I added lettuce. And it's just like every time I added veg pledge, and it's just so cute. Like, I'm so proud of her, and all the kids have been doing really great with it. And we all could always use more fresh foods. And I had some super delicious fresh cherries yesterday. I'm going to have some more today. Delicious ones that have been in season. So definitely important. And that always helps you get on the healthier track with your cravings. And then you have more energy, you're sleeping better, you're less bloated, you lose weight, you meet your goals. So win-win.
Exactly. Important to get those goals.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be off to school supply shopping. Did you walk today?
I did. I've been walking every day, 1 to 2 miles. Yesterday, I walked with a client for a session, and we did almost 3.5 miles. So with the foot still healing from surgery, I'm taking today off to relax my foot, and my IT band was flared up yesterday. So luckily, I've got my CBD oil, and it's really helping with the inflammation and swelling. So
that's good. Well, I hope that you get some recovery. I don't know how you're going to do that while you're school supply shopping.
We'll see. It's going to be a mental challenge more of anything today with the kids, but it's all good.
Well, I'm excited because my husband and I like to do yoga. The kids, my daughters like to do it with us, but we don't get to do it as often as we like. And some friends started this wonderful studio in town almost a year ago. And so I was talking with some of the instructors, and they're going to do family yoga class for my husband and my kids and myself this evening. So I'm so excited about that, and I'm hoping it's something that they do more often, but the kids are excited, and we'll do that this evening for kind of relaxing, unwinding, and really good stretching and cleansing. That's my favorite part about yoga, and so I'm excited for that.
Good. You have to post pictures so we can see you guys having fun.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again, Jen, for coming up with this topic. Everybody, thank you for listening to Awaken Health Pod. Remember, we are also on YouTube, Facebook, and until next time, send in your topic requests, and we're always mindful and pay attention to that, and we'll deliver the best we can. Have a
Bye.
great day. Bye.